New wildfires burning in the inland Northwest tonight. One of them prompting level 3 go now evacuations. We'll have the latest.
Isolated thunderstorms today, scattered showers tomorrow as cooler temperatures take over.
It's going to impact the services that we are able to provide as public employees.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and local union members speaking out against President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill and Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner's support of it. Their message and Baumgartner's response. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. First up tonight, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and local union members held a press conference today criticizing Eastern Washington Representative Michael Baumgartner's vote for President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy has their message and the congressman's response.
It's been nearly a month since President Trump signed his tax and spending cut bill into law, and today Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and local union members held a press conference to voice their opposition to the legislation and to Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner's support of it.
We love working for the residents of Spokane. I care about the neighborhoods and the people. I am here to serve.
Jim Teakin's a member of the American Federation of State and County Municipal Employees Union, or AFSCME. It's a nationwide labor union representing public service workers, a group he says will suffer under the new legislation.
It's going to impact the services that we are able to provide as public employees.
The bill passed along party lines with Congressman Baumgartner voting in favor of it. Critics of the legislation point to analysis from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, which projects the legislation will add trillions to the deficit and result in millions losing their Medicaid coverage. On the other hand, supporters argue the bill will save nearly $2 trillion in government spending over the next several years.
If it were actually balancing the budget, I think most of us would say we're willing to take some sacrifice, but the sacrifices here are on people like veterans. They've already sacrificed. Let's be clear about that.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and others at today's press conference worry that rural areas like Odessa and Colville will be hit especially hard when it comes to funding for health care facilities.
If those hospitals shut down due to this lack of funding, we are just going to see an overload of folks into our health care system right here in Spokane, Washington.
While the bill is now law, Teakin and Mayor Brown say they're speaking out so people in Eastern Washington understand what's in store. For his part, Baumgartner argues the bill includes billions for rural health care and reins in what he calls wasteful spending. Today, he responded to Mayor Brown, writing in part, quote, "I'm not surprised that Mayor Lisa Brown criticized it. She has always been in favor of higher taxes. It is two very different philosophies of what government should be." Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Our other top story tonight, the forecast. Another round of thunderstorms moving through the area tonight, and some parts of North Idaho got a ton of rain and hail earlier today. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoud joining us to talk all about that. Jeremy?
Mark, it was kind of incredible when those storms moved through. Locally, seriously heavy rain and even a little bit of hail and some strong wind. But other parts of the region, us here in Spokane, nothing at all today. We sit at 80 degrees. Notice that dew point all the way up at 50. That's trapping some of that moisture in the atmosphere. So widespread temperatures still in the 70s and staying pretty warm overnight. We did expire our red flag warnings, but our flash flood watches remain in effect. Those will stay in place through tomorrow for our next round of rain moving in. We have a ton of activity down in the Lewis and Clark Valley right now. That likely stays down to our south. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up to a few scattered showers, and I think most of our activity is through the first half of the day. Tomorrow afternoon we dry back out. Quick shot of showers before the sun comes up Saturday, and then we're back to sunshine in time for the weekend. Tomorrow, 84 degrees with those scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Upper 80s both Saturday and Sunday as sunshine works its way back out.
Sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. Tonight, state fire mobilization has been authorized for a new wildfire burning near Winthrop in Okanagan County. It's being called the Stud Horse Fire, and it sits at around 500 acres and growing tonight. It sparked at around 3:20 this afternoon. It's burning in grass, brush, and timber, and it is threatening homes and infrastructure. We did receive some pictures from a KREM 2 viewer that he posted to my Facebook account earlier this evening, showing the wildfire and the efforts to put it out. 3 wildland strike teams are now en route to help fight the fire, and tonight it is prompting level 2 and 3 evacuations near Winthrop. Okanogan County Emergency Management says level 3 go now evacuations are in place for Paragon Lakeside to Chewok Canal for Sunflower Lane and Upper Bear Creek Road. The Red Cross has opened an evacuation shelter for residents at Liberty Bell Elementary School. We will continue to follow this and bring you updates as we get more. Meantime, a new fire sparked yesterday evening in Nespelem. It's already burned about 500 acres as well. Crews initially set level 2 get set evacuations for the Colville tribe, but they've been lowered to level 1 now. At last check, that fire was 50% contained. Okanogan County Emergency Management says Nespelem Valley Electrical Co-op shut off power because the fire damaged a transmission line. Well, we checked back with the co-op and learned that power is back on. The cause of this fire is under investigation. And now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. About a month after a gunman killed Coeur d'Alene Battalion Chief John Morrison in an ambush, the department has now filled the role. The Coeur d'Alene Fire Department announcing today that Battalion Chief Tom Hildebrand is stepping into the role. In a post on Facebook, the department called him a pillar of the department for his dedication, strength, and compassion. The department also said they still feel Chief Morrison's absence. They said his legacy lives on in the continued service of those who follow in his footsteps. A local man faced a judge today for sex trafficking and rape charges. Spokane police say 38-year-old suspect Turian D. Jones used money, drugs, and physical force to coerce a young teenage victim to perform sex acts with himself and others. Multiple agencies, including the FBI, assisted in the months-long investigation. Police say the victim is now safe and working with counselors and child advocacy groups. He is being held now on more than $1 million bond. He'll be back in court, coming up on August 12th. And 4 Alaska Airlines flight attendants have filed a lawsuit against Boeing. They were on the flight that suffered a door plug blowout over Portland last year. The explosive decompression crippled the plane, but everyone on board survived. Last month, the National Transportation Safety Board found Boeing responsible for the incident. Investigators cited lapses in safety and documentation that led to the plug being removed for maintenance and reinstalled with missing bolts. The NTSB credited the flight crew for averting catastrophe. Earlier this month, a group of passengers who were on board that flight 1282 settled their billion-dollar lawsuit against Alaska Airlines for an undisclosed amount. And that's it for your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. President Trump signed a new tariff executive order today. We'll tell you which countries he is impacting.
The construction schedule of these projects are a significant challenge.
And schools in the Central Valley School District getting some security upgrades. We'll tell you how they plan to get it all done years ahead of schedule.